Okay, and that is a wrap on Tantrum Con Day 1. Now, I didn't get a chance to film a video before I got to the Tantrum Con because it was just an absolutely torrential downpour of rain. So this is a bit of a different one here today, but welcome to Checkpoint Church, Church for Nerds, Geeks, and Gamers. I'm Nerd Pastor Nate, and I am here at Tantrum Con, put on by Tantrum House. It's a board gaming convention. There are so many board games in there. I've played today the White House and Takedo, and watched a couple other games. I also rolled a nat 20 at one of the stands, so things are going pretty great for me so far. This is a convention here in Charlotte, North Carolina, not too far from where Checkpoint is physically located. And I'm here as a premier attendee, having a great time walking around, getting to know people, meeting people. I saw Trombone today. I saw Frost. I saw Matt from LTN. Also saw Mike Cell, like just seeing all sorts of people around the space and enjoying getting to spend time with them. Tomorrow, our game plan is to spend the whole day here. So registration today didn't even open until noon. So there wasn't a whole lot of time to do, you know, a lot of the networking kind of things. But tomorrow I'm getting here at 7:30 in the morning. You'll be here with me. We're going to do a devotional for the Love Thy Nerd missionaries that are here. Then we're going to spend the entire day playing all sorts of games, learning about all sorts of things. My goal is to play Robot Quest. I saw that one. Looks super cool. Chris, our Digimintern, is going to be here tomorrow as well playing games. And then tomorrow night we are going to go to dinner. So it should be a great time. We'll see how many Checkpoint people are going to be here. And that's going to be my experience with Tantrum Con. I don't think I'm going to be here Saturday or Sunday just because family things. This is kind of a work thing. And I also need to give Nikki plenty of time to put this video together. Super looking forward to that. Looking forward to the conversations that we're going to have and all the time that we're going to get to spend together. Let's show you what I got in my swag bag. Why not? As part of the premier attendees, I got a swag bag of Tantrum Con stuff, one of which is the Neighbor game. They have a board game version of Neighbor, Secret Neighbor. So I go figure. Hopefully it's fun. I never really liked Hello Neighbor, but I'm going to assume it's Werewolf. That's just going to be my guess. Maybe we'll get to play this tomorrow. There's also keys, which is kind of neat, I guess. They also gave me a cool little glass, a frosted glass that says, hello, hello, and welcome to the show, Tantrum Con 2024. Put that back in the bubble wrap so it doesn't get broken. They also gave me some cards called the Epic Card Game. A bit of a funny name to just call your game the Epic Card Game, but I respect it. They of course gave us a t-shirt because what's a swag bag without a t-shirt for Tantrum Con? Loving that. A pen, because again, what is a swag bag without some kind of writing utensil? See if I can get it to focus here. Hopefully that's okay. And then they actually let me pick one of 4 games. So they had 4 different games that I could choose from, and the one that I chose was one that I thought would be fun to play with Chris tomorrow. Chris likes music and likes touring bands, so I picked one called On Tour Paris and New York, where you build your like dream music tour or something. I don't know much about it, but Trombone said it'd be fun. It also comes with giant D8s, so you can't go wrong there. Speaking of D8s, if you have subscribed to February's checkbox as a premier subscriber of that subscription box, I got your special gifts today from one of the vendors, and it is a bookmark with a die on it. So this one is a D12 here. Let's see if I can get it to focus if my face is out of the frame. So there you go. It's a D12 bookmark that hangs right in there. So if you're a premium subscriber, you're going to get these neat little bookmarks in your box. They got these as a part of your swag bag for subscribing to the premium subscription and helping to support Checkpoint Church and all that we are about. And then because I rolled a D20, I also got a dice bag with, what is this? 1 random die in it. It's an orange health die, which is an appropriate color for health die, really. So I mentioned that I am giving the devotional to the Love Thy Nerd missionaries tomorrow. If you don't know what that is, this is a group of people who sign up to volunteer. They aren't here to evangelize. They aren't here to proselytize. Instead, they're just here to serve these communities, and they happen to be a Christian organization. And so as a way of thanking them for their service in this space, as a way of thanking them for volunteering their time in this mission, I'm putting together just a little something, a little swag box here, and you can help me put it together with some of the exciting things. The first thing that I wanted to make sure that they got in there is, of course, a reminder that they matter, as well as 4 You Matter stickers to give away to other people, because we want people to know here at Checkpoint, God loves you, we love you, you matter, and that's important to us. I also I'm assuming they're Pokemon card fans, and I have a ton of these still laying around, so they got some Pokemon cards. I got some chocolate here, some Snickers, some Twix, some M&Ms, some Starburst, and then I've got some more stuff to give them here. We're also going to give them some Monster Trail Mix that I'm going to throw in there. We're going to throw in some Oreos, of course. This one may have been a little bit of a splurge, but I saw Gushers and just got excited, and so I had to get them some Fruit Gushers. And then I don't have time to take all of them out to lunch, so instead I got them $15 gift cards to Chipotle. So each of them can have lunch on us, on Checkpoint Church, and know that we love them and appreciate them for all that they do for the wonderful nerds, geeks, and gamers of the world. So that's everything that's going in their box and is our little way of telling them how much we appreciate them and how much we appreciate them serving nerds, geeks, and gamers. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be here all day. I'm going to try to sit down with some of the members of Love Thy Nerd, maybe some of the members of Tantrum House, and just talk to them about why board games, maybe the best story they've ever heard around a board game table, the best memory they have, a story of like how they've made friendships through here, whatever. I'm just going to sit down and hopefully have some great conversations and learn a little bit about why board games are such an impactful thing on building communities, to the point that they're able to create this huge thing called Tantrum Con that just keeps growing. They had to move to a whole new hotel because they have so many people gathering for these. So we're going to talk about community hopefully tomorrow, and that'll be the real motif of this video. But again, that's just if we're able to make those conversations happen. So I look forward to seeing you in the morning, bright and early, 7:30 with my coffee. I have to drive here, so I'm going to be leaving at 6:30. We got this. See you tomorrow.
The next day.
Okay, so we are just arriving. Too little too late for our devotional. It's very early in the morning. It's been very dark all day. And of course it's raining non-stop. It just won't go away. We're doing our best, you know? We're surviving, we're thriving, we're here. We're only gonna get one cup of coffee. I sure hope they have coffee at the convention hall. Yeah, ready for the devotion. Got everything packed at the very least, so should be good. We're gonna talk about the Ethiopian eunuch. From Acts chapter 8 in the devotional today, which is always exciting and fun. One of my favorite passages out there.
What's stopping you from baptizing me right here and right now? And so Philip does. And the eunuch is baptized.
Looking forward to getting to see the crew and love on them a little bit and pray for them a little bit, and then get in some games for today. So let's do it. Well, I am sitting down with Daniel. Good to see you. And we're talking a little bit about games and board games and what they mean to you. So first off, what's your username online, just for anybody that might see you around the Love Thy Nerd space?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Sergeant Ski SE on Discord channels, and that's my username anyway. So if you ever see that username, it's probably me.
Rock on. Well, the first question is, why Tantrum Con? Like, why board games in the first place?
So Tantrum Con specifically, I'm with the Love Thy Nerd folks. Of course, we like to go to cons and really enjoy serving people, loving people, but of course we also want to play some games, see the new hotness, all that good stuff. But ultimately it's to serve and love those that attend these, that also work these. So we build relationships with lots of cool publishers, but also just individuals. And for board games, aside from the obvious of just it's fun to play, for me, it's my choice of hospitality. It's my choice of how do I welcome someone into my home. I host a lot of game events personally, so instead of just saying, hey, let's come and watch a movie together, which is generally a pretty non-interactive event, let's learn something together, let's laugh at each other, with each other, and learn something and interact in that space. And it's really been fruitful to see a lot of relationships blossom, and I think that's a great foundation to begin at. It's not necessarily always the end goal, but I've had a lot of, the Lord's really blessed a lot of that work.
Do you have a favorite board game?
Let's see. Of course, it's the number one question. I used to say Cosmic Encounter. It might be the Gloomhaven series now. It's, you know, like anybody, you might flop around a little bit. Two very different games, of course, but I love chaos games and I love a good co-op, kind of crunchy battler as well.
Awesome. Have you learned any new games from this con yet? I know we're in like day 2, so.
Absolutely, yeah. Like yesterday I was playing a game called Retrograde, which is like a real-time dice chucking, like what's the Space Invaders kind of game, competitive Space Invaders games. I don't think it's a new game, but new to me. I played some Marvel Dice Throne, which I played Dice Throne, but not the Marvel one, which is awesome. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of new stuff. It's been great.
Last question, what is a like example of a relationship you've made or a good story or anything around either the board game table or playing video games or some kind of gaming experience?
I've had a couple relationships in my personal life through board gaming that, you know, the board gaming is what's kept the relationship thriving, because that's, again, it's an excuse to like, hey, let's get together again. I haven't seen you in a while, let's play. whatever, play some Marvel Champions, and et cetera. So, but those relationships have caused those just to grow and have opened up some conversations, just let them feel more comfortable in our space, and therefore have opened up just about their personal lives. It's not always necessarily a spiritual conversation, although it has been for some, or just talking about how, you know, things like depression and loneliness and finances and all that. So it's been a great sowing ground, a great fertile ground for making that happen. The specific one would be just that I met my wife playing Overwatch.
Very nice.
Playing video games. I was talking with my friends, and she was the random person tacked on at the end, and we won that game so much we asked her to, hey, let's run that again. So she joined our little group. We played, got about a 15 game win streak, which if you ever play Overwatch, you're lucky to go 50-50.
Sure.
So we had an amazing night. We asked her to join our Discord group, and I introduced her to a game later called To the Moon, which is a very short,
very good
narrative, like cry your eyeballs out kind of game. And it's a game
Coming out with a board game.
Yes, I did see
I'm
that.
very curious about it.
I did see that. I am too. So, and then that's kind of a game where it's fun to sort of debrief at the end of that. Like, how did you process that story? And so we processed that together, and now we're married. And we've been married 5 years now, almost 6 years. And so that's all. And she was not a believer at the time as well. So she had no faith. She was atheist, and but that relationship grew. Was very natural. We became just really good friends at first. She was surrounded by some great friends in her area as well. She was in Minnesota, I was in Kentucky. So a lot of things happened that the Lord really used in just a miraculous way. It was incredible. It's not due to me in any kind of way. If anything, despite my anxieties and failures, the Lord persists and persevered as he does so. That was really a blessing to be part of so.
Well, that's incredible. Who did you main?
At that time, I was huge. I was playing Hanzo if I was on DPS, and I was playing Mercy if I was on healer. I wasn't big into tank at that time. Now I'm like super flex. When I play now, it's just like, what does the team need? I'm there for it to do it in a very midway.
Gotcha. And do you remember her main?
She at that time was Lucio. She loved playing Lucio. Speed boost all day.
There you go. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Sure thing.
Okay, well now, of course, I have the microphone working, but hopefully everything worked from that last clip, Nikki, and everything sounds good. I'm going to try and go around and talk to more people about their favorite board game or board gaming experience and talk to more stories. Now I'm going to go find some coffee. Living that content creator life. That's my bud. That's Winston.
Collectively pick a number between 1 and 6.
I want to pick 3. Are we all good with picking 3?
Number 3, monastery.
Awkward smiles. We got Donahue here. How goes it?
What goes well? Who's laughing at your face cut off?
Yeah, I'm too tall. So we're at Tantrum Con. You're just walking in, just showing up.
Yep.
You're here. I wanted to know, what is your favorite board game?
Favorite board game is Wingspan.
Wingspan, that's a good one. That's
Yeah,
one of my favorites as well. Do you have all the expansions?
I do. I got the nesting box and everything.
So
yeah,
cool.
Love it.
Positive story around a board game table, like a good friend that you've made or a memory you've made or something like that.
I think for me, it's been just the relationships that have been built with people just over, not necessarily one singular person, but just the conversations that happen over a board game. That's just the best part of it, is it's playing, but it's also fellowshipping together, and so I love that part about it.
Same here. All right, Chris, what is your favorite board game?
2023, my favorite game was Scholars of the Sound Tigers.
Awesome. And what's a new game or maybe a game you're really enjoying from Tantrum Con? What's one you just learned?
French Quarter.
French Quarter?
So far, that's my favorite.
Rock on. Why do you play board games? What's the story behind, like, why do you love them?
Number one, they're fun. I know for my wife and I, when we started gaming, it got us away from the TV. We interacted face to face around the table instead of just watching a screen all evening. And I think it really enhanced our relationship as well as our friendships with our other friends that we game with. Like, we built so many solid friendships from just sitting around a table and getting to know people while playing games.
And just like that, Tantrum Con is a wrap. We had a great time, had the devotional this morning, had a good time hanging out with Trombone and our Digi-Mintern Chris. Got to get dinner together with Chris's folks and then say goodbye as she goes off to Italy. and had a great time. We played a lot of games today. I lost a lot of games today, but I also won a fair share as well. It was a good time all around. In fact, we had so much time that I really didn't get to interview as many people as I had hoped to, but hopefully you enjoyed the conversations that were had today and a little bit of the exciting things going on at Tantrum Con. Have you ever been to a board game convention? Answer that question down in the comments below. Or what is your favorite convention scene that you may have been at before? I'd love to know what your experience is or what your favorite board game is. I can say my favorite board game is probably Wingspan or Splendor. I do love Splendor, and I didn't get to play that at all this week, but I get to play that one all the time, so it felt like I wanted to learn some new ones this time. My favorite one that we played on this trip, however, that's a tough question. I really enjoyed playing Apiary this morning, but of course I also won that one, and so that's always fun. I probably enjoyed the game called Fiction. It's kind of like Wordle, only it's against another person, and the other person is trying to trip you up. They're called the Librarian, L-I-E, Brarian, and they get to tell you one of the 5 responses, just like normal Wordle, and if you got it right, wrong spot, or wrong altogether, but one of them is a lie. So it was a good time. It was a ton of fun, and I think I broke Chris whenever we played it, but it was fun nonetheless. Folks, thank you so much for watching this different video with us. Hopefully you enjoyed. We want to end this one as we always do with our 3 things that we believe to be true about every single one of you out there. Whether you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church or don't go to church, hate God or hate church, we still believe these things to be absolutely true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you and want community with you. Number 3, that you, yes, you matter. You are a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. Folks, with that, until the next time that I see you, whether it be on our Twitch stream tonight, whether it be on our Discord server 24/7, or whether it be same time, same place for a real nerdy sermon next Sunday, I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye!
I like bearded old man. I like bearded old man. Bearded Oldman is my favorite actor, dude. Torso size, I'm a chonky boy. Arm size, swole, baby. And legs, also absolutely. Whoa! Holy smokes! Oh man, this is more intense than I was anticipating.